Hey everybody, it's 10:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, May the 28th, 2025, and we're in the middle of a KP7 solar storm, or a G3 geomagnetic solar storm. Yeehaw! Surprise! They did not predict this. They predicted a KP5 max. We're at a KP7. Let's look at what that looks like here. There you go. KP7. And you see how far it goes. It goes to a 9. We're way, way up there. It would have been red at 5 about a year and a half ago. Pardon me. They've had to back the charts up color-wise because it's going so high. So a KP7 is a G3 geomagnetic storm also. Okay. Here is the aurora. And you can see our flat map of the globe. And if you're way up north or way down south, and it's dark where you are and clear, pardon me, you may be able to see the aurora borealis. Okay, you can find yourself in there. So let's look a little closer, shall we? This might help us see it a little better. Here is the globe. And you can see here where the aurora has come down and is touching. Right there. And, well, I don't know if this one's been updated. Let's check on it here real quick. Okay, you can definitely see, of course, way up north is getting it. And on this side, you see where things are now. And we don't know if this is going to get more or not. But at this point, the hemispheric power, look at that. Am I reading that right? Is that saying it's 100 gigawatts? I don't know. Let's go back. Let's take a look here real quick. Where'd they go? Hold on a minute. Where did the gigawatts go? I must be looking right at it. Where is it? Okay, for those of you who are just joining us, we are in the middle of a KP7 solar storm, or a G3 geomagnetic. Oh, look at that. That's why it disappeared. Look, right here. See, this got unselected. And there it is. Let me come in as close as I can. And let's find out. Yes, 107 gigawatts. Yeehaw! And 108 according to this. This is big. That is a whole ton of hemispheric power, y'all. My goodness. And the disturbance storm time index, let me back it off so you can see what I'm showing you. I'm a little excited. The disturbance storm time index is definitely in a moderate storm on its way to a strong storm. And this particular magnetometer is showing K7. It's not quite the same as KP, but very close. So K7 almost to K8. And here's our moon phase. And Chipper is here. Chipper, hey, say hi to everybody. You see him nod his head? Okay. I don't think that's what he was really doing there. Who knows? Maybe he was. Okay. Interplanetary. Oh, and here he is. Hey, boy. interplanetary magnetic field is elevated, and the solar wind is elevated at 610 kilometers per second. But this is the news. The KP7 is the really big news, isn't it, Chip? Yeah, I was just petting him. But oh, we got a Chip blackout here, passing in front of the camera. Funny cat. He says he knows. He's adorable. Yes, him's adorable. What a cute, rascally cat. Full of all kinds of fun mischief, aren't you, baby? And he's also extremely sweet. When I took my nap this afternoon, he was right by my side. So, if you're just joining us, this is the news I wanted to share. KP7. Yeehaw! So, it's cloudy here. It's been cloudy here forever. So, I'm sure I won't get to see anything tonight. I know that's a negative attitude. But it is sort of what it is sometimes. But where you are, you might get to see some aurora. Let me zoom in here. A little hard to see. Here's the United States, and you can see aurora is coming right down in there. Look how low it's coming down. I can't see it that well. It's so little. I'm enlarging it, and it's still pretty little. Well, it's almost down to where I am. I'm in the southeast. So if you got clear skies, get out and look, y'all. And here we have down south. Looks like you'd have to be in Antarctica to see it here. Down south. But anyway, if you can, get out and enjoy the Aurora Borealis. And just know the energies are out the top tonight. The hemispheric power, once again, it's actually it's over 100 gigawatts. That's the key thing. It's way up there. Disturbance storm time index is definitely indicating a storm and heading towards a strong storm. Let's refresh and see if anything has changed. That's holding pretty much where it was. Okay. How's everybody feeling? Are you feeling energized? I felt this coming, I think. I came home from hanging out with some friends and doing some things and getting some errands taken care of, and I just decided it was a good time to lie down. So Chipper and Sugar and I took a extended nap this afternoon, and actually it was more late this afternoon into this evening, and I'm glad I did it because it's pretty exciting. And it's almost 11 o'clock here where I live. I'm looking at some of the other charts right now to see if there's anything else elevated in the space weather realm. Everything's looking pretty normal. The possibility for an X-class flare is only at 10%. And take a look here, though. I wish it wasn't so wide. Here is our G3, strong geomagnetic storm, observed KP7. Okay, and here it's showing some of the places that might have an opportunity to see aurora tonight. Oh, look, it's including Detroit, of course, Toronto, Barb. Get out and look, will you? Unless it's cloudy. Chicago, Maine, Montreal, and I would say it's going to come down further because of the way the image looked. There's going to be aurora coming on down much further in the United States. Okay, I'm trying to back it off. There we go. Okay, solar wind speed is currently high, 632 kilometers per second. Strength of the interplanetary magnetic field is moderate. The direction of the BZ is south, so we're feeling it. Disturbance storm time index predicts and indicates moderate storm conditions right now. Negative 83 nanoteslas, and a trans-equatorial corona hole was detected in an Earth-facing position today. But I took note of it yesterday, I believe. And here we go. Here's the fun graphics they have for the G3 storm KP7. Yeehaw, boys and girls. Well, surprise. We knew it was possible, at least to KP5, but KP7, I didn't expect that. I didn't even think about it. So there it is. And why won't this change? I'm trying to mess with this. Chipper is fascinated with the sound somewhere in the house. Okay. So how's everybody feeling out there? Hey, Joe. She says it's been very hot. Definitely going through purification. Trying to think, where's Joe? Is Joe from, are you from down under? I can't keep up with where everybody's from. Chloe, you are welcome. Says thank you for devoting time to inform us. You are so welcome. Christine said she felt this coming. And Karen Schofield Littlefield, oh, what a nice last name. My mentor, his name was Millard Littlefield. How about that? Monielle, hey girl, she said ears buzzing, but awesome. RG says, hang it in there. Juliet says, no sleep, and my ears were screaming earlier. Kat says, got so sleepy this afternoon, having irregular heartbeat episodes. That's not fun. I had to go to my doctor for a checkup. You know, they make you do that kind of thing. I avoid doctors at all cost. And they discovered I had a irregular heartbeat when I was 12. And it's not anything major. It's PVCs, premature ventricular contractions. And that I had a really cool cardiologist. His name was Dr. Salerno. He's retired now and is now doing art. We used to talk art when I went into his office, because I'm an artist. He's a very good artist. But anyway, he used to say, he said, oh my gosh, Marguerite, they put a Holter monitor on me, and like 30% of my heartbeats one night back way long ago was like 30% of my heartbeats were PVC. So basically they looked like a hole in my pulse. And he said, I had a few of these one day. He said, I thought I was dying. He said, it won't kill you. It just makes you feel really bad, like maybe you're dying. To be honest, I hardly notice them anymore. And my last several electrocardiograms have been perfect. Why? Because I've learned how to balance my what are those things called? I was right in the middle of it, and boom, it just went away. My, okay, that's embarrassing. Where did that go? Somebody help me out. Gatorade is a very poor example of this. I say it all day in comments, almost every day. Oh, Moni, yes. Yes, I got my Triskelion on. These help a lot, folks. So if you've got the pendants from my shop online or on someone else's, wear them right now. Yes. Electrolytes. Thank you, Kat. Electrolytes. Yes, I've learned how to balance them. And I've learned a good source for them. And so my electrocardiogram tests have been perfect for the last many times. And keeping those electrolytes balanced and loaded is important. One really good way to do it if you're having a lot of trouble with irregular heartbeat is get yourself some organic vegetable broth. It comes in that box looking thing, and there's some that have really good flavor, but you sip on it all day. Just sip on it, and it's loaded with good electrolytes. If you get something like Gatorade or one of those, you're really just probably consuming sodium. But you also want your magnesium, potassium, and sodium. Another source, some people have different opinions about this, but the one that works best for me, because I'm prone to issues with irregular heartbeat. Pardon me. People with heart quirky things like me, which has to do with your ability to upload certain nutrients. It's inherited with me. All my, quote, royal blood is full of faults. So get yourself some Celtic sea salt. Get good quality, and it's kind of a gray, dirty looking salt. And I get the coarse ground. And when you're feeling that feeling, just take 2 or 3, of the little granules of it, not the fine stuff, but the coarse, and put it under your tongue, and let it melt in your mouth, and it can stop my arrhythmias like that, and take care of that off feeling like nausea you might get sometimes, or a headache. A lot of these things are connected to an imbalance in electrolytes. Why am I in trouble with that word tonight? And when we have this kind of storm coming in, it's supercharged, and it can kind of hit you and burn up your electrolytes and stuff like that, like rocket fuel. Cat, yeah, try the soup. Definitely. There are other electrolyte preparations and nutrients that other people use, and I'm sure they're very good too. I tend to go with the cheap, natural, regular stuff. Every morning I have blackstrap molasses in my coffee, and that helps me with iron and a lot of other cool minerals and nutrients, because blackstrap molasses crosses right over the blood-brain barrier. You don't have to digest it. It doesn't get burned up through digestion. It just goes straight in. I had a doctor friend. He was a medical doctor, a dentist, and all kinds of other amazing alternative stuff. And he told me, if you or anybody you know ever has a stroke, get hold of some blackstrap molasses as quickly as you can. Dilute it in warm water, and hopefully, if they're able to swallow, get it into them like a tablespoon or so. It will immediately go to the brain and begin repairing the damage. Like, amazing. He had a guy that had a pretty bad stroke and paralyzed his left side, and he got to him within a short time, like within an hour after it happened, and was able to get some blackstrap molasses into him, and he was no longer paralyzed. His brain was able to recover and heal itself, and he was okay. I mean, evidently within the day. So there are amazing things in this earth we can learn about. Still learning lots. Hey, everybody. I'm looking through from the beginning. Hey, Cindy. You might want to check those electrolytes, because this kind of crazy energy burns up electrolytes like rocket fuel. Make sure you're hydrated. Drink lots of water. Good water, too. Don't just drink faucet water. Dear heavens, I never drink faucet water. Tastes like drinking a swimming pool where I live. Always drink good stuff. Spring water's my favorite. Hello to Angelito from Pennsylvania. Pam, holy yowza, kiddo, she says. RG says, wow. Barb, it's raining there. I'm sorry. Barb is my old friend in Canada. We've known each other since the late 80s. And she says it's raining. And she's in Canada, so she could have seen it tonight. It's been raining here for weeks with rare intervals and breaks. All the work on my property with the preparing the RV sites and everything, having to use bulldog there, nothing is happening. It never stops raining long enough for the ground to dry out enough. Then it's pouring again. Okay. Well, we're certainly not in a drought. Veronica says I'm feeling hidden in my chest. I think that's a typo. Probably not what she's saying. She must feel heavy or something in her chest. Do the electrolytes. Maybe ground yourself, Veronica. If you don't have a grounding cable, some earthing equipment, then get barefoot, walk on the grass outside, or put your palms on a tree trunk for just about a minute. Okay, looking, see what else y'all are saying. Karen Schofield, Littlefield, I like that last name. Feeling it, she says, so tired. And she said, hi, kitty. Yes, Beth, Chipper is cute. He's right here next to me. Hey, Elizabeth, sending love to you still, girl. She lost her beautiful companion, her pet, the little fur baby, just yesterday, I believe. We sent out all the love. Still sending it out, Elizabeth. Sending out lots of love to you, lots of grace, comfort, to help you through this time. And a lot of people are saying they're feeling tired and they're feeling this. I don't feel tired. I feel energized, but of course I preempted this with a nap. I guess I felt it coming. Juliet says, good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. She must be in the land down under or something. It's 11 in the evening here. Hey, Patty Lynn. Pam says that was a Chipper eclipse. And Chipper walked across in front of me and he blacked out the screen. I called it was a Chipper blackout. Here's Chipser. And she said it was a Chipper eclipse. Hey, baby boy. His ears are twitching. Oh, he says hi, everybody. Yeah, cute little boy. Everybody sending love to you, Chipser. Yeah, whoops. And I dropped the phone. Oh, kisses. Okay. So, we're having a KP7 solar storm. That's a G3 geomagnetic storm. Yeehaw! That's way up there. And it is still going on. It's holding its space, apparently. Nothing has changed there. So, what does that mean to us? It means that we have got some incredible power and energies in our atmosphere right now. Oh, Sugar is now joining us. Well, hi, Shug. Hey, little girl. So both of them are up here. Where are you gonna go? Chipper's in his spot, and I've got the... Here, come here, girl. Hold on just a minute, y'all. I have to make room for sugar. The iPad is kind of on her spot. Baby, it's all cleared now if you want to sit down. Oh, you all are getting a headbutt and hugs. Come on, Shug. Okay. People were sending hearts to you, Shug. Yes, they were. Let's just see what's happening here. Let's see if this is reflecting on the geospace magnetosphere movies or models. Come on, Shug. Oh, Chipper is stretching out more. Is he telling you he doesn't want you up here with him? Well, that wouldn't be nice, would it? Okay. I'm going to stay out of that. That's between them. Okay, we've got to turn everything on here. There's 1, 2, and 3. Let's just watch this one for a moment. The most intense pressure is red, and you see the slider coming across, and something just hit there. Boom. Sugar, I'm sorry, Chipper wouldn't let you in. Look at that. Look at the shields. And we're coming up on now. Yeah, that's a lot of activity. Let's come closer. Start about there. That is at 2 UTC. Right about now, look at all that red. And the shields clearly defined. This is Earth right here. This little half black, half white thing. Boom! You see the shields get a blast there? And red is the most intense pressure, and you can see it. Look at that. Yeah, we got some stuff going on. Oh, it reset itself. Let's go back right to that area and watch. Coming up on right about now. Look at all this. Okay, let's take a quick look at density. The most intense is, well, that's about right now. Okay, it's going to reset itself here. Start at the beginning. The slider's coming across the bottom. Dark blue is the most intense density. And boom, something hit the shields right there. Okay, keep watching. Wow. And there you can see a lot coming through and a lot of swirling going on inside. And let's look at it again from about halfway. Boom. Okay. And we're at now here. Look at all that. Okay, let's back off and watch both sides on here. It's coming across. The slider is right here. This is 2 different angles. Watching the magnetosphere, the shields of the Earth, and we're coming up on now here. Very active. Whack. Okay. Let's come up here and take a look at velocity. Velocity, the most intense, is a dark blue and green. You can see there's quite a bit there. And here's the slider coming across. Will be in the now. Look at all that blue. Wow. And we're at here. We're at now. Look at this. Okay. I wasn't thinking velocity would be impressive, but it is. So let's watch it. Slider's right here. Look at that. Oh, it reset itself, so I'm going to put it back here. Look at all that blue and green. Man, that's a lot. And we're at now, and look at it. It's just churning away. My goodness, let's watch that at now again. Both sides are showing just intense stuff. Let's watch this one by itself up close and watch it go through its process here. Boom. That's at about 1 UTC. Look at all the blue surrounding the velocity, and wow. Okay, we're at now, and look at this. Churning. Okay. Well, we've seen that now too. So stuff has gotten in the atmosphere, and that's what triggers aurora borealis. Usually comes in at the poles. Some people believe when you see the geomagnetic drawings around the earth, it's like a torus field. They believe that where it dips at the top, that there may actually be an opening at the top of the earth at the North Pole area and an opening at the bottom, and it may be hollow right down through the center, which causes the energies to do that torus effect all the way around like a donut shape. I don't know about that. There's no way for me to know if that's the case or not, but it's an interesting thought. Okay, let's just very fast. Once again, KP7 right now. Let's take this as Kumiana. It's looking pretty calm, active but calm. Moving through the charts just for a quick overview. I'm not seeing anything incredible right now. That's interesting. Lots of activity, lots of energies. That's a little bit interesting right there. But a lot of times the Schumann resonance does not reflect solar storms as they're coming in. I guess it has to build up a bit. I really don't know. That's just a guess. It doesn't show when we get hit with solar flares. Not until the CME arrives or the coronal mass ejection shows up. All right, what else can we look at? Have we covered everything pretty much? Let's just take a quick look and see what's happening on the Russian Schumann resonance, which, Chipper's reaching out, stretching his little paw way out over here. Oh my goodness, what a kitty boy. Yeah, he likes the vibe when the tribe is together on a live chat. Okay, here is what's happening right now, which is not much. This is pretty minor and mild looking. It was not earlier, of course, but right now this is what we got. We have these horizontal green areas, which is active, but it's not outstanding. And it's not even blipping the amplitude. And we always like to check this out. And where we had our big black spike there, we don't have anything happening at this point. So nothing to report there. And let's see, what else can we do? I think that's all we need to check on. Take a look and see if anything has changed on spaceweatherlive.com. That is the app and the site that I use most of the time to look at space weather. Spaceweatherlive.com. They have an app you can pay for. It's not a lot. And you can also look at it free. And you can go online and just look at their website. All right. The highest solar flare we've had recently was a C7.09. So that's just a high C flare. Nothing major, nothing to write home about. And it appears we are still holding in here. KP7 is still happening. That's the orange there. In the old days, like a year and a half ago, that would have been a blood red from 5 over. But I guess they figured it would be kind of redundant and boring if it just stayed red all the way up to 9. So you can see we've pretty much almost gone the gamut. That's a really high setting. We have seen KP 8 and 9 for a very, very, very short time. And here's the aurora, and look at all the red that has gotten in on it, and it's dropping way down. Let's see if I can, into the United States. You can see how far down it's going. You can barely see the Great Lakes up there at the top. Oh, little chipper. He just shook his head and shook all of us here. Oh, he's gone. So it's coming way down on the United States. Some of you out west, the Northwest, and even down into the middle, the Midwest, and in the center, the central, whoops, can't do that. You might see something tonight. Let me know if you do. We've got cloudy conditions here, I'm pretty sure. I haven't gone out and looked, but that's been kind of standard now for weeks. It's just so much rain. And down here in Australia, it's daytime, so you guys wouldn't be able to see it even if it was on you. But it looks like Antarctica is getting a great show tonight. What a funny thing to say. Kind of out of our realm, isn't it? The gigawatts have gone down to 89 instead of 100 plus. And solar wind is 601.7 kilometers per second. There we go. That's fast, but we've seen it up into the 800s and more in the past. The disturbance storm time index is now into a strong storm level. Look at that. It's dipped way down into there. So yeehaw, y'all. This is a serious solar storm. And oh, there's an update just occurred. We're still in the strong storm here. So what does this mean? I started to say that earlier. What does that mean to us or to you personally? It means that you might have some of the symptoms that go along with high energy. You can feel these same symptoms from the Schumann resonance, from space weather, from the aurora borealis. You know, I don't know how many of you remember Northern Exposure, which was a TV show. It was very quirky. I enjoyed it. I didn't get to see it when it was actually on. I wasn't watching TV at the time, but I watched it in the last few years, old reruns of it. And they have a whole bunch of episodes when the aurora borealis is dancing in the sky over the top of them, you know, up in the northern parts, and all the quirky things that people do. It messes with your sleep, and so does the Schumann resonance for many people. It doesn't usually do that to me because I have the gift of sleep. I'm so grateful. I don't like to lay around and sleep, but when I go to bed, I'm usually asleep, well, probably easily within 5 minutes, and very grateful for that. But I'm a light sleeper, so I wake up with noises like raccoons and stuff here at my house, but I can go back to sleep pretty quickly. So it can disrupt your sleep patterns when we're in the middle of a solar storm like this. You might have a headache. And for this, I would really encourage you to stay very hydrated. Eat foods that are filled with water and that are as natural as possible. Like they say, eat the foods that are around the outside of the grocery store aisles, you know, like fruits and vegetables and unprocessed, unpackaged things. Stay hydrated. Make sure your electrolytes are charged up And one of the things I suggested earlier is organic vegetable broth. And there's some brands out there that are very good that come in a box. And I have some of it here actually. And you can sip on that all during the day. The other suggestion is, like, if you get Gatorade, basically you're just getting sodium, and you need potassium and magnesium and sodium, and it'd be great if you could get some of the really tiny minerals, the trace minerals too, which you can get in Celtic sea salt or Himalayan pink salt. If you have heart arrhythmias, which I have had a tendency toward since I was 12 years old, it seems that Celtic sea salt works better with people who have kind of heart quirky things. And Himalayan pink salt works better for other people. And when I say Celtic sea salt, if my heart's out of rhythm, and I do muscle testing, of course, y'all have seen me do it, strength testing, and I find it's my electrolytes, and sodium is the culprit, I will get my Celtic sea salt, the coarse ground, and I'll take like maybe 3 or 4 of the little crystals and put it in my mouth and let it dissolve. And often by the time it's dissolved, I'm already feeling tremendously different. So if you stay on top of it, you can control a lot of your arrhythmias and heart flip-flops. Another thing would be go outside and walk on the ground barefoot, or put your palms against the tree trunk of a tree for about a minute. Same thing for the barefoot thing. You want to discharge that energy, the excessive energy that's gotten locked up in your system. An Epsom salt bath is very good for lots of reasons. Using earthing equipment is good. And of course on our store online, we have the earthing wristbands that hook into your outlet, into the grounding, the round part of the socket, little round hole. Those work great. I actually wear one in my sleep if I'm experiencing difficulties and there's a lot going on atmospherically. Also, wear your pendants, and you know, the ones you can get from our store. If you have some of those, put them on. This is a scalar energy pendant, which is amazing for handling the incoming energies, even from your cell phones and stuff like that, as well as solar storms and the Schumann resonance. Or wear shungite if you've got some shungite, which we have that on the store also. But if you've gotten it someplace else, you got a shungite pendant or whatever, wear that, or carry a piece of shungite in your pocket. I keep this right next to me, one of the baggies. This is full of they're like a large marble size. Let's see if I can get it open with my left hand while I hold the phone. Here you go. This is a polished pebble that I have on the shop, but we're running really low. I'm trying to get with my Russian source, because that's where real shungite comes from. But I'm having trouble with them. They're not responding to me. I hope it's not political. I'm not political. But having trouble getting it, especially the elite shungite. So we're behind on all that. Here is some of the Celtic sea salt. This is what I use, this particular brand, and I have written on their coarse, though it's backwards. The coarse salt is what I like. Oops. There you go. And I keep that by me in certain locations all through the house, actually. By my bed, I always keep some Celtic sea salt, as well as some angstrom minerals, and you can buy it directly. Chipper just jumped up here like a wild thing. You can buy angstrom minerals from the angstrom mineral manufacturers. Normally people get it from like their chiropractors or their alternative doctor, and you have to pay quite a bit of it for it. But you can buy it directly from Angstrom, and that's what I do. I get 32-ounce bottles of potassium and of magnesium and a smaller bottle of iodine, and I put that in my coffee every morning. And it's the very tiny particulate, so it's great stuff, and it's a liquid, and it's very reasonably priced. Like for 32 ounces, you're looking at between $25 and $30, which is amazing. It lasts a very long time. And that will help you keep your electrolytes going. So, I don't know why I started telling you about that one. Chipper, boy, you need to settle down now. I don't know what your problem is. He may be feeling these energies because he's jumping around and biting at himself. He may have the stingy tingles, as I call it. Are you okay, Chip? He's just been kind of wild. Leapt up here like a wild man, didn't you, boy? Yeah. I hope he will settle down. Hopefully he won't knock everything off my lap, the iPad and so forth. Okay, boy. Yeah. So watch your kitties, your puppies, your little fur babies, and any kind of mammal pet that you might have. We are all affected by these energies, and your children and your relatives and your friends. If they get kind of wonky on you, look at that cute pink nose. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yeah, he's feeling something, and he's needing comfort. Okay, so back to the cause of this live chat. We are having a KP, I'm trying to turn the camera around, KP7. KP index KP7 solar storm. Sorry, I'm trying to get it positioned here. Oops. You never know what I'm going to do. It's never perfect. Oh, Chipper's twitching again. Look at the tail. He's definitely unsettled. Boy, what's going on? What is it? What is it? I probably need to get my grounding wristband and put it on and let him sit in my lap. And here we see the aurora. It's intense tonight. The hemispheric power is way up. Solar wind is up, but not as high as it has been before. And we're in a strong storm with the disturbance storm time index. And this is what brought us on here, G3. Strong geomagnetic storm, KP7, and all of this stuff happening in here. So I'll keep you, whoops, what do I do to my phone? I'll keep you all updated as much as I can. And take care of your wee little selves. Take care of your children and your pets, your pet companions who may be feeling this pretty strongly. So be good to your wee little selves. And let's do that real quick. Go to our page and look at where I posted that. I think I posted it on the announcement. Maybe not. If I did, it's not showing right off. So it may be under where, there it is, where I announced the KP6. Well, that's weird. It's not letting me open it up. Trying to show you this, but when I touch it to enlarge it, you see what it's doing. It's not letting me. It should allow me to enlarge it, but it's not. Okay, let's do something else really quick. Hang on. I'll go dig it out of my sources where I've written this up originally. Take me just a moment. I have put in the key words. Take care of your wee, that ought to do it, your wee little selves. Okay, let's open this one up. Now, okay, here we go. Take care of your wee little selves. Number 1, pray/meditate. These are things you can do to make yourself feel better and flow better with these energies. Number 2, drink lots of pure water. 3, ground yourself in nature. 4, take wonderful warm Epsom salt baths. 5, take long, deep breaths. Let's do that right now, shall we? Let's breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's do it again. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. And you can feel your body just sort of calm down when you do that. It's letting you know everything's okay, because you don't take deep breaths like that when you're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger or whatever. And it lets your body know it can relax. Okay, so 6, spend time with people and animals that you love and enjoy. We're doing that right now, at least I am. Got my fur baby in my lap and you all, and fellowshipping with you all. 7, rest and sleep as much as you need and as much as you can. 8, take time to recreate and do things you love. So recreation. 9, make sure that you have plenty of electrolytes. I put organic vegetable and chicken broth is good to sip on all during the day, as well as pink Himalayan salt and Celtic sea salt, which I just talked to you all about. And then 10, do the heart-brain coherence meditation video at the top of my page. I think we'll do this here if you hang on just a few more minutes. It only takes about 3 minutes to actually do it. And then 11, if you have energy technology like EMF protection and devices and jewelry, shungite, earthing, grounding equipment, orgonite, etc., make sure to use it during energetically challenging times. If you need some of this, check out my online energy flow shop, and I give you the link to go to. And 12, think beautiful and happy thoughts. With much love, Marguerite. So, we're having a whale, a whale of a energy storm. Pardon me. The chipper seems to be calming down some. Pardon me. So let's do the heart-brain coherence meditation. I'm going to take a drink here. Hang on a minute and look at the cute cat. Okay. Nose is tickling. All right, what we do, touch your heart area, bring your attention to your heart, not your nose that's tickling in my case. Touch your heart area. Think of something you're really, really grateful for that will touch your emotions, or could touch your emotions. Imagine breathing in and out from your heart area, not just your nose and mouth. So let's breathe in Imagine coming back out there, thinking of something you're really grateful for. I'm really grateful for Chipper and Sugar, my fur babies. And I'm really grateful for you all in our tribe for so many reasons. And I'm always grateful for the day of my spiritual awakening, where I discovered and experienced for the first time in my life unconditional love. So let's do this. You all think of what it is that you're grateful for. Touch your heart area. And this will take 3 minutes, and I will let you know when the 3 minutes is up. So breathing in and out from the heart area, thinking, feeling something you're really grateful for. And let us begin. Ready? Let's go. Sound in the background is my dehumidifier. Try to ignore it if you can hear it. Breathing in and out from the heart, thinking and feeling something you're really grateful for. There. Whew. Rush, power. Those unpleasant symptoms just drift away from you. Don't be surprised if you feel bliss, love, and connectedness with one another and with our source. Feel at peace. A quick 3 minutes for me. I love you all. I hope you're all flowing with this comfortably. Elizabeth Fritz says, I felt it coming a couple hours ago. I started getting a hot flash. Yes. And Karen Littlefield said, tired, exhausted, headache came on about 2 hours ago. Amber says, ha, I'm supposed to be in a Zoom board meeting here in Alaska, and the host can't relaunch the meeting. Wow. So up in Alaska, I guess you all are really getting the Aurora Borealis right now. Messing with your electronics, huh? My goodness. Are you seeing the aurora up there, Amber? Have you walked outside and looked? Is it clear weather? Patty says, dizzy like nobody's business. Love to you, fearless leader. Huge hugs. Huge hugs back to you, Patty. Kathleen said, I feel the crash came on all of a sudden. Ralph, it's going good. Good to see you. Beth says, I had energy all day until a minute ago. Getting a little tired now. Well, hopefully it's evening where you are and you just go on to bed. Mary, hey Mary. She said clouds in Jersey. I relate. Woohoo, Moni L says. Yes, Deb, we're in this together. We're not alone, which is a good thing. It could be a little scary and challenging if we were alone. I've had some people tell me they thought they were losing their minds or they had some deadly disease, and until they found our group and started seeing what everybody was saying and that they were not alone, it's very good. Ralph says I was expecting to be hyper, but I'm very calm. Chipper is resettling his little self. Okay. Pam Justman, I'm tired, but I've received so many positive validations this evening. I'm overwhelmed with joy. Well, that's beautiful. I'm glad to hear that, Pam. Very good. That's wonderful. Okay, let me zoom on down. I've read some of these already. Kathy Rez says, I knew something was up. The cats have been jerks since last night, and it was a cruddy day. Oh my. Yeah, it can make a day a little more cruddy when the cats are being rascals and jerks. Mine have not been. Ralph, you're in Nova Scotia. Well, hey, I didn't know that's where you were. Thank you for letting me know. LaChandras says the sky is lighting up like the 4th of July where she is. Wow, lots of lightning apparently. Jane says itchy, no sleep, nausea, but feeling really light. Bless your heart. I hope that other stuff will let up. Feeling light is good, probably. Try the electrolytes and try to ground yourself and see if that gives you a little relief. Pardon me. And Moni was talking about having the Triskelion on. That's just what I'm wearing right now. There's the 3 swirls, like a trinity. It also stands for different seasons of life. It's a very ancient symbol. Lisa says she's very emotional right now. I had some emotional times earlier today. Joe, I agree. I stay away from medical doctors too. So darn sensitive to chemicals. I just don't take medicine, you know. I avoid it. rather do the natural thing if I can. Carrie Ann says, gratefully wearing 2 of them, lent to me by Pamela Justman. And they are everything right now. Well, Carrie Ann, that's wonderful. Thanks, Pam, for loaning. I'm guessing that means 2 of the pendants. They make a huge difference. I have friends who have them. You know, I took them to them. Some Christmas presents were pendants to my closest friends, like the ones you saw me out to eat at my favorite Italian restaurant that were with me. They have the pendants, and I don't tell them what to expect, but that one of them was at work. I brought it to her, and I handed it to her, and she put it on. I said, tell me, notice how you feel before, and then tell me after. And she put it on, and she went, I said, what? She said, it's like a calmness, like a peace, steadiness, all the way through, and it went from her head all the way down to her toes. It's an amazing sense of centeredness and stillness inside. If you imagine your soul and inside you is like a sea or an ocean, and it's all choppy and wavy, stormy, and when you put these pendants on, it's like a stillness comes. It's really very delightful. It's gentle, but it helps us weather everything that comes through. Yes, Moniel says Celtic salt for electrolyte balance is good. Yes, it is. Lashandra's, I don't know about Propel water. I'm not familiar with it. If it's an electrolyte water, I'm sure it would be good to some degree. I don't know though. I couldn't say because I've never had it before. Moving on through, looking and seeing. Yes, I love Celtic salt too. I don't cook with it all the time. It's a little pricey for cooking, but I do salt like my foods. Like homemade soups, when I sit down, I will, if it needs it, I will salt it right before I eat it with sea salt. Moving through. Patty Waterfall says, I've had PVCs for 40 years. Thank you for the advice. You are so welcome, Patty. Used to be, I couldn't do anything about mine. And it could be very debilitating when, a PVC, for those of you who don't know, it's premature ventricular contraction. So basically your heart takes extra beats. It's an electrical problem. The little electrical spider-looking thing that's on the heart that shoots the electrical impulses in to cause your heart to beat. You end up getting too many little side versions of that, and it causes your heart to have extra beats. But when you check your pulse, it feels like a hole in your pulse. It's not an affected beat, the premature ventricular contraction. I used to walk through a grocery store when I was shopping years and years ago, before I figured out how to handle my electrolytes. And I'd be walking across the store and I'd feel lightheaded. And then I'd be walking across the store and I would feel all weird and goofy and weak. And then I'd feel a little better, and it went up and down. And I was like, dear heavens. And I would sit down at the little heart blood pressure station. It had a little stool and you put your arm in this automated thing. It would say my blood pressure was like 102/45, and my pulse would be like 45. That's because it was skipping so much that my blood pressure dropped out and my pulse dropped out. And then I would test it again, and it would be up to like 120/80, and my pulse would be around 75. But when you have the irregular thing going on, it really can mess with you. My cardiologist way back, he told me when I was having trouble with it, he said, it won't kill you unless you pass out, like walking upstairs or driving your car. And I've never been prone to passing out. So he said, you'll probably be fine. It just doesn't feel good. So learning to use Celtic sea salt, Himalayan pink salt, the organic vegetable broth, and sipping it all day for your electrolytes, and different electrolyte preparations and products really can make a tremendous difference when it comes to PVCs and irregular heartbeats. And grounding yourself too, and making sure you stay hydrated. So, love you all much, and I'm gonna hop off of here because we've been on a little while, and I know you all need to go, many of you. And Chipper has calmed down, haven't you, boy? Would you like to hold on? Here's Chipper Boo. You want to say anything to anybody? Mm-hmm. He's just like he's gonna take it easy and sleep and be all cuddled. He's got his head on the pillow in my lap. And Sugar is nearby, but he didn't make room for her. He wanted to, where is she? There she is, right there. Hey, Sugar. She's on the chair that I have back against the back of my big leather chair. So I love you much, and we did do the Heart Brain Coherence meditation earlier together, and then I got to reading everyone's comments. So feel free to go back and do the Heart Brain Coherence meditation with us again in the replay, if you like. And I do it at the end of probably about half of my live chats. If you go to the end, you can usually find it, and that can cause tremendous reset during times like this, because it gives your brain the information it needs to know how to fix what's going on with you in your body during these challenging electrical times, energetic times. Your heart torus field, the energy field, which is greater than your brain's energy field, which is supposed to be the most powerful field on earth. This one's stronger, they have found. And when we do the heart-brain coherence meditation, it causes this field of the heart, which is often repressed or shut back down by our culture and the way we come at things. It activates the heart field, and the brain is already, the energy field from it, the torus field, is already active. And they actually come together during this meditation. This has been proven scientifically through the Heart Brain Institute, Heart Math Institute, and they form a huge torus field between the two of them, and then communication happens. They often say with meditations and affirmations, you say it until it goes the 8 inches or whatever it is from your head to your heart. Well, this brings that together. All of a sudden, Grand Central, that runs your whole body, your nervous system and all, knows what to do to help you feel better, to deal with that headache, to deal with those flutters in your heart, etc., the anxiety you might be experiencing. Now it knows, because your heart is connected to the quantum field of possibilities, which means everything, whatever you might need. And when we do this meditation, it opens that up. Some people playfully say it gives you superpowers, but it really does. It really does, because it takes that, what they call junk DNA, which is the predominance of our DNA, these little pieces I don't know what to do with, which may actually be the fodder. Oh, someone just placed an order. Thank you so much. An angel got their wings. It makes a cha-ching sound like in It's a Wonderful Life, the Christmas movie. The bell, an angel gets their wings. What was I saying? So when you do the heart-brain coherence, it does amazing stuff and gives you what you need to come out of these challenging times. You get superpowers. It activates the junk DNA. Isn't that amazing? Which they think may be the strands of DNA that we're missing since the fall. I won't go into all that. I dipped my foot in enough already. So it's an amazing thing that in 3 little minutes, your being can recover enough to correct the stuff happening. So if nothing else works, do the heart-brain coherence meditation. And your body and everything will line up. It's amazing. Just try to get in there. And everybody's experience is different. But it's a wonderful tool. So I love you all much. And Chipper and Sugar and I are signing off. And I hope you have a lovely evening or day, depending on where you are on the earth. And filled with love and peace. And remember, we're not going through all of this for nothing. We're going someplace really good, metaphorically speaking, which is 5D. The kingdom of heaven, new earth, the new era. That's where we're moving. So be encouraged. That's what all this is about, is the ascension. It's being shifted, being upgraded, being refined, being changed, so that when those changes come, we will move right into the new earth, into 5D. Good night.